Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome to Feed the Beast Resurrection with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day as always. So this is going to be what's replacing the Material Energy Cube now that we've pretty much done that. I think we've got one episode left. And it's fairly new, and it has Greg Tech. Now this is kind of the main reason I wanted to play this, because I haven't played with Greg Tech since 1.5, and I'm pretty excited to give this a little try and see how much it's changed. I've heard it's changed a lot. I heard it's gotten a lot worse, so I'm kind of excited to do this now. Feed the Beast Resurrection is currently a alpha pack. Now that generally means that we'll delete that because this is my world I've been kind of looking at stuff on. Yeah. It's going to have issues with it. It's going to have world resets and things like that. So the reason I'm starting this series up is because I'm waiting for something else to come out, which is going to be a few months away. So in the meantime, we're going to play this. We're going to have a bit of tech on the channel because we haven't had a good bit of tech in a long time. So we're going to do that, and hopefully by the time what I'm waiting for comes out, we would have had a good grasp on what we're actually doing with the Greg Tech stuff, and hopefully we wouldn't have had to had any world restarts by then. But it can happen because we're playing an alpha pack, so yes. Alright, so let's go with a survival, and I think we will go into more world options, and we're going to pick a seed for this, and we're going to call this seed blame Greg for everything that goes wrong. Just blame Greg. It's his fault. That's the way it goes. So I have all that. Cheats off, bonus chest, world type default. Looks all good to me. Now, one of the mods that is inside the pack that's disabled by default is ATG, which is a default, which is alternate terrain generation, and what that does is it makes your world kind of a little bit more realistic, so your mountainy trees will be on your mountainy areas and such. I had a play with that and I had a few issues with frames, so I'm gonna leave that out for the time being, and yeah, that's probably gonna be that. Did I just start inside a Greatwood? I just started inside a Greatwood. Well, would you believe that? Cool. Alright, let's make our way down. So we're going to have to do all the basic things you generally expect when you start up a mod pack. We're going to have a dig and all of that. But I am very... I'm very much looking forward to seeing how much Greg Tech has changed stuff from, because what I've heard is it's literally done a vanilla overhaul. Like, when we had Terra Firma Craft come around, it's done a whole load of that. So ores have changed, stuff you can do in the world has changed. It's really gone off on one, which seems pretty fun to me. So I'm looking forward to figuring out what we can do. Now, as far as the other mods that we have in here, we have IC2, we have Buildcraft, we have your generic technical mods inside there, which is very cool. Now, obviously, these are all going to be affected by Greg Tech, which means it's going to be a little bit more tricky to do what you need to do. I do think as well that it even affects things like oak. Like, if we do this, should we get... no, we get 4. That's all right. That's all right. I remember last time I played this, we only got 2. I was like, you can't even... Greg, you can't take my wood. Don't skimp my wood. And he did. It wasn't fair. But I'm going to grab some bits. So let's grab the general majiggers. And I'm going to kill some sheep, and I'm going to make a crafting table and get all the things. It's going to be glorious. Can I do anything with it? I can't. I don't think we have Tinker's Construct, so we have to stick with the regular tools. But I'm going to make myself a, the regular tools you have. So let's get ourselves a pickaxe, and we'll grab ourselves a sword as well. Let's get a shovel. And I'm going to get a sword because I want to get these guys right next to me so we can get a bed on the go as soon as possible. Come here, Mr. Sheeps. Give me your beautiful wool. Thank you very much. Hopefully, we haven't got a... hopefully, the recipe for beds hasn't changed. I don't think it has, so I think we're kind of alright there. We've also got blue power in, which is kind of a red power replacement. That's kind of cool, isn't it? That. And then with IC2, we obviously have all of the IC2 add-ons. So we have nuclear control, we have a gravitation suite, we have advanced cellulars, advanced machines, we have many advanced things, and then, weirdly enough, I didn't expect this, we have Farmcraft. As weird as that is, I did not expect that to be in this pack, but it is kind of meant to be a remake of FTB Ultimate. So if you remember that, that was a pretty hard pack because that centered much around Greg Tech like this did. So this is kind of a spiritual successor of that's obviously come out for 1.7.10, but yeah. And if I remember back in those days, it was pretty hard back then as well. I remember having to go to the end to get the certain type of ores you needed to smelt down into chunks, to get the piles, to make the things that made the other things. It was one of those. Alright, let's have a look at our terrain. Let's figure out where we started. We're in a swamp. I would rather not... Oh, I can see a nice piece of land over this way. Alright, let's go this way. I would like a flat area to be chilling on for the time being, I think, so we can get our... we can start seeing what's about, which is going to be the plan. Now, as far as I'm aware, all the ores have had a big old rework, so things like coal, copper and all that, you're not going to find those guys anymore. That isn't going to happen. You need to actually find the Greg Tech ores, which is like the bismuth and all of those, and I believe you now get small clusters of ores, so you don't get the ores like you used to. It's you've got to kind of do it that way. And some of the ores are pretty nasty, like some of them it will say like coal and then you'll beat it up and it'll be like, nope, that isn't coal, that is that's nothing you got right there. You wasted your time. you failed. And that's pretty much how it is. Alright, let's get these guys. So let's go find a place to call home. I want a nice... Ooh, is that one of the Crimson guys? I think that is over there. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look here. Have a little look at things. I don't want to build anything around here if that is that, because, you know, things spawn around here. If there's a node there, then they're going to spawn, which kind of sucks. Have we got a node? We have got a nodal. Okay. Well, we'll remember that's there, and then we'll know that when we need to do any farmcraft, we can come back to that place, and we can take all of that stuff. Okay, I'm going to take a quick cut, guys. I'm going to go find a nice place to set up base for the time being. You know, I might even do it on there. I've never really had, like, a watery base type. Nah. I'm kind of thinking, because the chances are there's going to be, you know, there's going to be world resets. There's going to be stuff like that. And it's going to suck. So, it might be best to not build a fancy home and just go with something simple for the time being. I think that might be the trick. I'm keeping an eye out as well for the spider trees from Farmcraft, because they can give you some pretty good stuff, can't they? Oh, there we go. Look at all those ores up there. Check those out. They look nothing like you'd expect. Looks like coal. They ain't coal. You're not getting coal around here. Where are you playing at? Oh, man. It's all different. It's all changed. Oh, jeez. Well, there's a lot of mining to be done here, though, which is kind of cool. You know, this little place here isn't actually that bad. We've got some areas around us, so we can spot pick, which is always good. We're in a nice enclosed area, which is very beautiful. And it looks like there's some stuff over this way. I think there's a witch over there, I think. I saw something on my map just then. Got some great wood, some nice areas to explore. You know what? I think this could be alright. I like this. Yeah. Alright. And we got a totem there as well. I might have to knock that down, though. But, yeah. Cool beans. Alright, guys. I'm going to go and set up a little house, and we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back to my house. What do you think? It's a small shack. It looks pretty nice, if you ask me. Well, it's not great, but it will do the job for the time being. This nice little place here. Yeah. It's a work of pure art, if you ask me. But the main thing is, if I take you inside, you'll see that I've actually linked this up to a little cave down here, so I can build my way down into here. I put some torches back there, and it doesn't really go to anything. But we've got a nice, decent resource here for using instead of coal. So lignite coal, I believe, can be used as a source of... It's a burning material that we can use, which is kind of cool. So we can do that. And I went and had a little kind of nuke around to see what I could find. And I got some phosphorus, some coal, some lignite, which is kind of cool. And I got some other bits and bobs. So altogether, not that bad. But I haven't really found anything that's going to help me that much. I could really do with lead, and I could really do with iron. But before I do that, I would like to make a couple more tools before we go on a little bit of a mining adventure to grab some bits. We're going to go up onto the mountain sides, and hopefully be able to do that. Now, the regular bits and bobs that you have are really rubbish in this. You kind of want to be using something like this to be starting yourself off. It has the same mining level as stone, but you'll find your stone pickaxes and things are going to get used up really, really quick. So you're going to kind of want to prioritize those. So I'm going to go something like that, and I'm going to make myself a shovel as well. And this is just going to last that little bit longer, which is going to be kind of cool. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do, because I, a minute ago, even started making a little area out the front for gardening. I was like, you know what, I can make something. I need to stop that from spreading. I was like, you know what, I can do that, and I can lay some seeds down. And then I was like, no, don't have a bucket. Can't make iron. And I need a load of things before I can even contemplate the making of iron. I need some tools. So the main thing that we need is going to be a hammer and a chisel, and those will be required for us to make better tools. And to be honest, finding metals in this, it isn't actually that bad. Like, oh, there we go, good stuff. Great, yeah, finding ores and things isn't that bad, because you'll find that most of the ores will spawn on a kind of, well, they'll spawn anywhere really. Like, we just found iron there, there's lead bits all over the place, and most things spawn in a kind of, they'll clump together. So if you find one, the chances are you're going to find more of them, and sometimes you can find some insanely big ore deposits, which is pretty cool. And if you can find those, you're pretty much made. Now, I would say some of the best stuff you can be getting early on is probably going to be iron. Or maybe lead. Lead is pretty useful. That's not bad. Oh, there's a load of stuff down there. Let's have a look. But I made my way onto the little hillside that we had over that way, and that's where I got some of the phosphorus and things like that. But iron is the main thing that I'm looking for. Oh, I found Certus quartz. Nice. It's pretty cool, right? Got some quartzite ore. Some Certus quartz. Yeah. So when it comes to mining, you're probably going to want to get yourself onto a mountain. I know it sounds really weird, but it's a lot easier to see what you're doing if you're on a mountain, because then you can see all the ores poking out, you can go and grab them. It's a lot easier, and you'll find a lot of them kind of sticking together. So iron is definitely one that we need, and we will need a lot of iron before we can actually like properly progress, because yeah, that's just kind of the way it is, you know. That's Greg Tech in a nutshell. But let's grab, is that zinc? That's zinc. Alright, we got some zinc. Is that chicken? Chicken? Yeah. Nice. Alright, that's going to do that. Let's have a little looky-see over this way to see what we can find. Hopefully I can get some more iron. Some more zinc. Lead and iron would be the kind of ones that I would prefer the most at the minute. That's rock salt. Salt. I really don't want salt at the minute. Let's have a look over this way. Actually, I wonder if I can... This Certus quartz, can I actually do anything with it? So I can smelt it down to Certus quartz, and I think I might actually be able to make a... I can make a Certus quartz pickaxe. I wonder if I can make a hammer out of Certus quartz, because that would be like mega handy. I can! Nice! Alright, so I can make a hammer out of Certus quartz. Can I make a file out of Certus quartz? That's the question. Let's have a look. In here. Quartz. There we go. So, can I make a file out of Certus quartz? I don't think I can, because I need the plates. And I don't think I can use that on that, but I'm going to take this anyway. Actually, how much is hit? Yeah, there's more than enough here. That's good. Alright, we'll grab a load of this. And there's loads of bartite as well. I don't have a clue what I can do with bartite. I think what you find is a lot of the materials that are closely matched in composition will be close to each other. So you'll get like quartzite, quartz, and bartite. And you'll find that with iron, you'll have iron and you'll have something else next to each other. It's like a black looking one. You'll find that kind of next to each other, and they can be turned into iron as well, although they do need to go through a process to be turned into iron. So it's a little bit trickier than you'd think, but it does work. So how much we got? We got some 18 Certus quartz. That's going to be more than enough. And with this, I should hopefully be able to turn some of the other stuff into plates so that I can craft myself a file. And once we have a file, we're on top of the world. We can actually make a better pickaxe and items, which is great. With a hammer, it means I can start looking into making things that are made of iron, which is even better. Oh, this is not going to end very well, is it? I'm horribly outnumbered, and these guys are the best shot in the world. Alright, so we're going to make ourselves a hammer. Yeah. I can hear bad guys downstairs. Are they actually downstairs, or are they upstairs? I think they're on my roof. I think there's guys on my roof. Let me just have a little sleep. Yeah. So hopefully we're going to have enough stuff here to make what I want, and I can get a farm made. Oh no, the sound of guys! Hold on. Hostile creatures. There we go. Beautiful. Are you going to start banging on my door? I very much hope you're not going to start banging on my door. No. We look good. We look good. Alright, so let's do this. So I'm going to want to smelt some of this stuff up. And I think what I'm going to use to smelt, I'm just going to use wood. Because, yeah, it's easy to get hold of wood, isn't it? So we'll do that. And let's smelt up our Certus quartz, or to get Certus quartz, which is going to be brilliant. I don't know whether it'd be good to make a grindstone, because I think I can use a grindstone with lots of stuff as well. Alright, what's the recipe for a grindstone? Certus quartz, wood, and that's not actually that bad. I might actually make a one of those at some point. So we can do that. But we're going to need 6 Certus quartz, and we're also going to need a stick to be able to do that. How much iron have we got? We've got 2 iron ore, stone dust, stone. I think I'm going to be short on iron by like 1. Which is kind of going to suck. I might be able to do some of this. Lepidite. What do I do with lepidite? What's lepidite? Make crushed lepidite ore, which can be made into impure. And impure can be used to make lithium. Alright. So let's grab this one. And I'm hoping I'll be able to make a file. That's kind of the, that's what I'm really hoping. So with this, we can do this, and this will give me a hammer, so we can now start hammering our goods. So I think I can hammer things like this into, yeah, so I can turn it into zinc dust. Now, the reason I use the hammer is because it cuts down on time burning stuff, because I think I could still make this even if I burnt it. Oh no, if I burn it, I get zinc nuggets. Okay. So now we need to find out how to make a plate so that I can make one of those, and we need to find out which ones we can make. And I think there's absolutely tons. Like there's nickel, copper, zinc. I wonder if I can use zinc to make a screwdriver. Zinc? No. Alright, we've got stone, lead, coal, more zinc, crushed iron. Okay, how much am I going to need for a file? Let's have a look. So we need 2 plates. Nutrient, brass, stainless steel, silver. You see what I mean? There's an absolute buttload that you can use. And I think to be able to make a regular iron plate, to be able to do this, I need to use my hammer, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. I think. Yeah. Alright, well, we're going to need to go do some more mining anyway, because, yes, we've got so much more stuff that we need to be able to find, and it's going to take a bit of time before we can start making anything really, really good, because we have to venture through the Bronze Age, I believe, the Age of Steam, before we can start thinking about making any machines of any type. So I'm going to have a little mine, and I will be right back. And this is exactly what I mean about looking around in mountains for ores. Like, check this out. Ores galore. All over the walls, all over the place. Not the ore that I want, but there's definitely ore right here. We've got loads of lignite, we've got loads of bauxite, aluminium. There's some ilmenite, some aluminium ore there. Yeah. See, this is like the best place to be trying to find ores. I've almost got all of the iron now that I'm after. I'm looking to end this episode on a high by making a bucket. I think that's going to be our task. You know what? Who needs a pickaxe when you have an iron bucket? Yes. But I need a little bit more. And I'm now on to my pickaxe again because my other one broke. So, yes. The only problem with... There are loads of these guys around, by the way. I found so many of these. The only problem... Oh, appetite. Is iron looks just like... Is that iron? Yeah, nice. All right. Yeah, iron looks just like something else. I think it's... Is it tin? No. Is it one of these? Zinc. That's the one. Iron looks just like zinc. At least I think it does. It catches me out every single time. All right. How much have we got? So I've got... That's basically one. I've got 5, 6... Have we got enough? Have I got enough? I think I might have enough. Oh my jeez. Alright, let's make our way back. So I'm going to start by making a brass. I think it's brass or bronze, one of the two. I think one of those. I'm going to make one of those into a file. And then once I've got my file, I'm going to be pretty happy there because we can start filing stuff to make heads. So we can make new axe heads and things like that, which is good. And with my hammer, I can go ahead and I should be able to make my bucket. Now, whenever you make buckets and things like that, they don't require iron ingots, they require iron plates. And for each plate, it requires 2 ingots. So that's why I got 6. Because you're probably thinking, well, why do you need 6 to make a, to make a bucket? Well, you need 6 because you'll end up with 3 plates. And that will be what we need to make a bucket. So, yes. What is this, 10? Yeah. There's buttloads of 10 around here, which is great because the first age that you go through requires absolutely tons and tons of copper. So, copper, tin, all of that good stuff. I'm just going to quickly take a little detour over here to kill these cows because I'm a little bit low on the food. But once I got my bucket, I can start the farming. I don't have to worry about food. Which is great. Come on. Do these guys drop any? Oh, they do, don't they? They drop shanks. Is that shank? Is it a shank? A mutton. Mutton. Nice. All right. Sweet. All right. I think my house is just over this way. Yes. Yeah, I'm really going to have to do something about that area that's going to turn into one of those horrible biomes. I don't know if stuff actually spawns more on there. I don't know. But I do know that it gives you, like, lag. Because it's constantly trying to convert the blocks around it. I can't remember what this actually is. What is this? This is an eerie biome. That would be the kiddie. Yeah. I don't know if it actually does anything bad. But I feel like it's not very nice. So I might have to remove that at some point. But I can't break the block with my current pickaxe. Yes. Alright, so let's cook up some of this before I die. And we'll put all our ores in here. So I got some of this stuff, a little bit of that stuff. Very nice. Not a zombie heart. I don't want my zombie heart in there. Now all of that stuff can go in there. Yeah, brilliant. And I'm going to have myself one of these because it looks yummy. Cool. Alright, so we've got stone dust, we've got iron. So iron is going to be used for that. Now I'm also going to need tin and I'm going to need copper. So let's have a look. We've got impure copper. Now I can't currently turn any of this into good copper because it needs to be put through a cauldron before I can do that. So that's that one out the window. But I'm going to need enough to be able to make some bronze. So let's have a look. What have we got? We got tin, bartite, tin, rock, no, tin, casterite, tin, there we go. So tin and copper, good stuff. And I don't think I can smash this down. I could use a grindstone, gives me 2 tin dust. Each tin dust is a tin ingot. That's not actually that bad. You know what? I'd much prefer to save as much as I can get my little hands on. Alright, so we're going to make one of these quickly. So we need a gear. Hold up. Is that the same one? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Because I know the grindstone has its own little thingamajigger, doesn't it? We need a... Oh, I can use a gear. Good stuff. I need that, and I need some stone and some quartz. So let's cook some of this up. And we'll grab some of that. Good times. And we'll get some of this. I also need a... Is it a wrench or a thing? I need to grab one of those. So this needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bits of that. Oh, and some cobblestone. Ah, and some Certus quartz. Then let's get this cooking. Man, this takes forever to do his thing. That's almost that one done. Sweet. Alright, so some of this, some of that, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that gives me a quartz grindstone. Brilliant. So we can put that down. And I can never remember the name for it. Is it a cog? A wooden crank. That's the one. Alright, so if I do it this way, where have I done with it? So hopefully this is going to do the trick and double some of my stuff. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice. Alright, so that's going to do that. And I wonder if I can... Oh, look, it turns straight into the Greg Tech stuff. I love how it does that. It just instantly, like, turns into it. Now, I don't think I can use... Let's do a little bit more of this. Because normally you can add the 2 dusts together, can't you, to make the other one. But I don't think we can do that just yet. Look, watch, that will turn back into another one in a second. There we go. He doesn't want you cheating. You can't get away with that. Greg's watching you. Big Greg. Alright, so I got some more of that stuff. Let's just try it with this. I'm going to do it with this anyway, because if it gives me 2, then that's 2 ingots worth, isn't it? Which is great, so I am not going to complain about that at all. Oh no, it gives me 1. Oh, that sucks. Alright, so it was 3 copper and a tin, I think, to be able to do this. Now, I want to see if I can do it with this dust, or whether I do need the purified... Oh, there we go, look. It turned into the actual copper dust. Brilliant, so I don't need to purify it. That's great. So, yeah, let me show you what I meant a second ago by purifying it, because that might seem a little bit odd. Alright, let's just get this one cranked up. Come on. So, when you get the bad ore... I can't believe... That's awesome that it's done that. Yeah, when you get the bad ore like this, you need to throw it into a cauldron to get the clean dust. And to be able to make the bronze, pretty sure it's bronze, yeah. When we need because the first stuff in Greg Tech we're going to make is bronze. So to be able to make the bronze, we need 2 of the bronze ingots to make a bronze plate. But to be able to make the bronze in the first place, I'm pretty sure, where is it? Somewhere around it. I need bronze. Which one's the Greg Tech bronze? There it is. We can do the ingots like that, which gives us 1 bronze. Or we can do it with dust, I believe. We can make a bronze dust, which is made... Man, there are so many recipes! Well, I think we can do this. Let's have a look. So if we do you and... tin gives me 3 bronze. There we go. You see, if we did it with the ingots, we would only have 1, which is kind of cool. And if you smelt copper, you get yourself, you get copper ingots. But if you get the other stuff, you have to do the other bit of the copper, and it's just an absolute pain in the bottom. Let me say that. So we've got this stuff, and that's looking pretty good. I'm also going to want to go ahead with my bronze, and I'm going to want to cook that up, I believe. So let's get that cooking, and let's do the rest of these actually, because we can get a load more bronze with this. And to be able to make our file, we're going to need... I don't actually know if we need plates for our file, but we will try and see how it goes. So that's that and that. Cool, cool. So I will take some of you, plus that gives me more of that, which is great. So you can go in there and start cooking up. Awesomes. And let me have a look at my file. So a recipe for a file, if I'm going to use that, is, and I think it's plates. Yeah, it's going to be plates, isn't it? So for each one of these plates, I believe it's 2 plus a hammer gives me a bronze plate. There we go. And then 2 bronze plates plus a stick gives me a file. Brilliant! So now that we've got a hammer and we've got a file, we can actually start making stuff that's semi-decent, which is kind of cool. But before we finish, because like I said before, I would like to finish on a high, and I think how we're going to do that is we're going to make ourselves a bucket. Just to finish up. So we've got a stone. Somewhere around here I have my iron. An impure pile of iron. Now, there's not really anything I can do about that at the minute, except for just smelting it up. But eventually, we'll be able to get a decent pile of iron by getting more iron and making a cauldron. And then with the good iron, we can do better stuff with it. So that's actually what I was trying to explain. So the copper, this stuff here, is not the impure. So once we do this in a cauldron, we'll get the non-pure version, or we'll get the pure version of iron, which is better. Let's use some more wood, I guess. I can just get loads more of that. That's fine. I should probably cook some of this up because we have got a coal substitute, which is lignite, I believe, can be used. Lignite coal can be used in a mortar to get lignite coal dust, and that stuff's better. A mortar is pretty handy as well. I think I need to make a mortar soon as well, so I can use the mortar to be able to grind stuff down into dust. So there we go. Oh yes, 1 bucket. Nice. Cool beans. See, it's not that hard, is it? You'd have to go mining, get your stuff, get your iron dust, and you are off. Although I don't think I can actually make a better pickaxe at the minute. I need some more stuff to do that. What for? Copper, tin, copper, bronze. No, because to be able to make a pick, we need to have... I believe to make a pick, we need the 2 separate parts. Or maybe I can just do it like that. I wonder if that's going to work. Oh... Let's have a look. How much iron have I got? Can I just make an iron pick? Let's use rubber wood. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's use you. And see if you want to work. I think it might do. Yeah, nice. Alright, so we can do that. I wasn't remembering if we could actually do it the old way, because I remember you could use... Unless that's been, that might be an older version. You used to have to make the actual head itself and attach it using the hammer to be able to make that. But it looks like we can get away with it, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, that's alright, isn't it? That will do that for us. Alright, so I got myself an iron pick. You know what? I'll take that. Actually, no. No, I won't. I'm not going to take... Actually, yeah, we'll take that. I was going to save up to be able to get myself something else. But you know what? I'm quite happy to just take an iron pickaxe. At least we can start doing that. Now that we've got the hammer and those bits, we can actually start constructing stuff that's semi-decent. Because we're going to be looking into the Bronze Age next. And that's going to be a long age, because we're going to have to go through water and steam power as our first forms of generation. Unless I go for any different types of mods, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to stick with GregTech for the time being. I think it's kind of the route we have to follow anyway. So I'll go with that, and hopefully that will lead us into Industrial Craft. And then once we go from there, it's only going to get harder. Well, but hey, at least we got a bucket, we got a hammer, we got an iron pickaxe, and we've got a file. Everything's brilliant. Sweet. Alright guys, I'll see you soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day, have a good one as always, and goodbye.